welcome, guys.
Yes, produce the video. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Valeria, a recently not only registered nurse, but a ReMar nurse, inviting you to spend a lovely Friday afternoon with us.
Wow.
To learn a little bit about myself
Yes.
and how ReMar has impacted my life and her team. And I want you guys out there, LPNs, future RNs, to believe in yourselves and take that step. And only do ReMar.
So I brought you here because I really just wanted to give a one-on-one insight into your experience, how you got over the hurdle of studying for this big test, and how you have your license now, and it's so amazing that you're looking for people to join you on the other side.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a couple questions.
Okay.
I promise we won't keep you guys
So
long.
look at you.
I promise we won't keep you guys long. So my first question is, how good does it feel to have your nursing license?
Guys, it feels beyond phenomenal. It feels like I still need Regina to pinch me.
I can pinch you.
Because I cannot believe it. From being so
like that. You gotta tell them your backstory.
Okay, I have to tell you guys, reversing a bit. So I'm a graduate, November 2020. Decided to take December 2020, only using what you hear, right? Typically. So, what is it called?
We're in the it's a real video.
Yes,
real
yes,
life.
yes.
None of this is paid. None of this is
Nothing is staged.
It's nothing staged.
There's kids, grandparents,
Everything.
everybody walking around.
Yep.
So I use the famous UWorld questionnaires, all the question bank, the self-assessment. That's all I use, right? So typically we go for our references, right? I had never heard of ReMar before. So I took my test, failed it, cried. My self-esteem was on the floor because it's that hurdle, right? As we all know, as ReMar says, the team, it's that one little prerequisite left for you to have that license, right? For you to go and make that impact in your life, right? So when you don't have it, I started letting it get to me. I felt, incompetent. I thought, did I make the right decision? I did everything I was told to do and it didn't work.
Okay, well let me ask you this.
Okay. Yes.
Before you tested, did you know that you weren't ready to test? Or did you find out during the exam like, I'm not ready, like this is harder than I thought?
So yes, I did feel, I want to say like 4 days before, that I was not ready. And the reason why is I was on YouTube looking for style questions, and Regina came on. I did like 3 minutes of her live med surg hard questions. I was getting them wrong. So I had that little seed of doubt inside. I was like, oh goodness, I've done 3,000 questions and I can't answer this NCLEX specialist questions that I just came across. So I went in and I realized that
it was tough.
It was tough.
And how many questions did you get?
I sat through 175.
So you got exposed
I got
to
everything.
all the tests.
Yes. So as they say, the levels, and it was sad because I knew that I didn't have the basic knowledge. The basic. So then, like, moving forward, I had my mini breakdown, right? Like she says, we're human. We gotta cry it out. We gotta laugh it out.
Yeah.
And then you pick yourself up together.
That's right.
And I found ReMar. I decided to listen to the testimonies because she can say so much, but I needed the people to tell me. And I took that leap of faith, joined the 7 days of NCLEX. Guys, if you are on the fence, do it. Print out that package, set that discipline, and she'll convince you. You don't even need a day, 6 days of it. And I took it, prepared only with ReMar.
So you got the, let me see, this is.
Yes, I got.
So what did you use? What were the resources that you actually had to invest in?
Okay,
to
so
get you there?
I invested in the virtual trainer. So this is why guys take that time to do her special 7 days, because I had my virtual trainer.
Book?
Yes, this virtual trainer. It came along with the quick facts.
There you go.
And then her virtual training program. So you have her website, and then you have her modules as you go on, and you fill in this beautiful book as you wish. Okay, so the way that I learned this, guys, this is a lot of information, but it's the basics. You need to know everything that's in here. I am an audio person, so I would talk to myself, recite this, learn it, and say, hey, you know, there's a section here called ABGs or blood glasses. So you have to make a conversation. Do whatever you do. If you're a person that writes your index cards, but I did everything vocal. So as soon as I was done with this process, the 6 weeks, I studied a week and I did your question bank.
Yes.
Guys, I don't recommend this because I like to do all the questions. I couldn't get through all the questions because I was just like, I'm ready. I got this. I think I did like 600 questions.
Ooh.
Did your assessment the next day. I took my test.
Oh, so you did it the day before?
No, I'm sorry. I took the assessment the day before.
Okay.
I did 600 questions like in less than a week.
Wow.
But I felt like, hey, you know, like I don't
it.
need to overwhelm myself
No,
with questions.
no,
Her
no.
questions are amazing, guys. Like phenomenal. But I will say this. Many people, and I dare to say, and it hurts me when I see comments saying, oh, I've used ReMar, oh, it didn't work. But honestly, guys, were you only using ReMar or were you using UWorld, Kaplan? Let's be honest, because it's true. All these different sources have different numbers, different ranges. I told God, I said, I'm trusting you, and I'm not gonna open any UWorld. I'm only gonna do ReMar Bank, ReMar World, ReMar University.
Yep.
And he followed through, guys. So you cannot dabble and be lukewarm, or you're hot or you're cold. So guys, if you're gonna do ReMar, please only do it. It's amazing.
And let me say something about that. Some
Yes.
people think that if they just have quick facts, that's ReMar.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes.
That's not ReMar. ReMar is her entire package, right? She's an NCLEX specialist.
Yep.
So what does an NCLEX specialist give you? She gives you modules. She gives you a schedule. I don't see a schedule and modules here, guys. This is just like 1/3 of what she can give you.
Exactly.
So
I
you
tell them
have,
that.
and I do have to say that you guys can reach out anytime. I emailed, if you guys look back at my history, customer service maybe like 4 separate occasions. In less than 24 hours, her team got back to me. Any doubt when it came to, do I need to download these papers, or can you give me stats of like who would pass? Because you know, you want to know.
You want to know.
They're like, hey, we have a 99.2% rate passing, so that's enough, right? And then anything that I needed, their customer service was on it.
Yep.
So guys, if you guys hear, oh no, I used it, no, it's her entire program, her virtual trainer, her quick facts, her question bank. You guys have to log in, do the work.
Do the work.
And you know what? I honestly, guys, I will say it again. I thank God for her life. I thank God for her husband, for her team, because you know what it is for such a beautiful, talented RN to kind of maybe at this moment like push back and like sit down from the professional being at bedside, but giving us the tools and the passion and the words of encouragement and love to invest in us, so then we can go out there and put in that little light.
Yes.
Like guys, like I am getting goosebumps because not only do I get to meet her, but I get to meet her on her birthday week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
This
and
is-
you know, it's that 37th year of life that she continues to bring, and I feel I don't want to cry. I'm emotional, but I don't want to cry because it's like this is a dream come true, guys. Like I never thought not only would I pass, but I dreamed. I said if I pass, I'm gonna send that video with all my heart and all my soul. And
I did.
guys, LPNs, RNs, you guys are watching this. You guys think like me, hey, I've never heard of ReMar.
Yeah, well,
this is only like
How did you
10,000.
find?
So I
like
found-
for the program.
For the
Because
program.
some people know quick facts, or they might see quick
Yes.
facts on Amazon, but they don't know
Yes.
the virtual
Okay.
trainer. They don't know.
So for this, I actually was on YouTube looking for questions, different type of questions to do before my exam. And I came across ReMar and her beautiful lab coat with an arm, like, oh, who is this lady? I'm going to check her out. So just having that little taste of the videos that she does, I saw those questions, and then I saw that she had a program, but I was 3 days away from taking my NCLEX the first time. So I was like, hey, this looks awesome, but I know I'm ready. I've done 3,000 questions from New World. And no, so once I had my mini breakdown, I said, let me go back to that nice lady in the white lab coat and let me check her out. So then I was like, hey, I'm not gonna just buy a book, a quick facts. I want the entire enchilada, because as a Colombian, I need to have all my spices and all my meals, and I wanted everything. So that's how I came across virtual trainer. And guys, back then, Regina, like, oh my goodness, she did her DVDs. She is an entrepreneur. She's edifying her craft as the years go by. If we weren't in 2020, we would have gotten the DVDs with CDs that we would have to put in and do the questions. Guys, now this is like if you're in class, you just log into a website, you do your modules, everything's there. I used to repeat them like 3 or 2 times.
Oh, that's
Take
good.
my notes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I wanted to say. It wasn't, you know, like she's edifying her craft and it's easier for us. I couldn't imagine having the DVD going back.
I try to tell people all the time.
Going back, pausing. Here I would just pause.
Yep.
No, I'm in minute 5:13, for example, get up. If I had to run and come back.
Go,
and
nice.
it was amazing. And guys, do the virtual trainer. Take it seriously wherever you are, in your house, in the backyard. You know, take it seriously. Like if you're at work, you know, I wasn't working at that time to get this out of the way, and I took it seriously like a job.
Okay, tell me this.
Yes.
I want to go back to, because a lot of people are just joining us. How did you pick yourself up after you failed? Like, after you failed, how did you pick yourself up? Because what I love about you is you were like, okay, I got 45 days to get it together. I got 45 days to do it right. What would you say to somebody that just found out they failed?
Okay, what I would say is cry. Don't deny the emotions. We're human. We have to feel it, you know, kick and scream. But at the end of the day, this is an exam. So the hardest thing was that exit exam that you did in nursing school. This is an exam that you can take again. It doesn't determine whether you are going to be a nurse never again, as nursing school would be. Once you fail the exit exam, there's no way. This is just an exam, and I know it's crazy because I was there December 18th crying. This is not just an exam, this is my world. But it wasn't God's timing. It wasn't that time yet, okay? So it's just crying, getting everything out, but do not place your self-worth, your self-esteem on an exam. You can cry, you need to confide in someone, share your experience. You don't have to announce it to the world, but pick yourself up because you're capable. You're here. We are in the business of serving people. So don't ever think that you're not worthy of it. God knows your heart. God knows what He has in store for you. It wasn't the time, but you can do it.
So you said you listened to a testimony. I want to give a shout out to the testimony.
To Judy,
because there's some
Superstar.
people, I mean, I guess there's some people that may look at this and they don't think you're real. Maybe they think you're real now. Maybe they think you're real, or maybe they think, you know, they're still skeptical. So how did the testimony help you?
Okay, so the testimony helped me because I felt she was super honest, opening up about the fact that this young lady graduated and it almost passed a whole year until she decided to take the exam. Her, just the way she spoke, and she mentioned the heroes and the Word of God, Goliath, and all these things that I can personally relate to because I have my faith and He comes first to me. That just like triggered something, and I promise you I was sitting in my dining room table with goosebumps and crying at the end because it's like she hit the spot, you know, like she spoke of something so real and so direct that, you know, like that's what touched me. And
what was your biggest challenge studying? Like what was your weeks? This is Miami real life for y'all down here.
Yes, everybody laughing, the barber shop.
Yes, we're just here. Like, this is real life. So like, what was your hardest subject? Was it pharmacology? Was it med surg? Was it fundamentals? Did you?
Yes. So OB. So let me tell you guys this. OB is my worst subject. I hated it.
Gotcha.
Okay, and it was funny because what was one of my first lessons in here was OB. So I had to tackle that straight on.
Right.
And to my surprise, when I was done doing what I needed to do with OB on this beautiful virtual trainer, I was like, oh my goodness, I love OB.
Yeah, you love it, huh?
I'm like, what is this? So that was my struggle, and of course pharmacology, but guys, the way this is written for pharmacology, I can break down right now aminoglycerides, like everything, like my cardiac meds, know them by heart. Like it's just so beautifully done, guys. Like you have to do this. You have to.
Like before with UWorld, when you were studying with UWorld, would you do the questions and then read the rationales, take notes of the rationales, or you only, because you're a recent graduate?
Oh my goodness.
You're a recent graduate.
I'm a recent graduate.
I think so. I just want you to talk about that process.
Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so I have to tell you that trauma left me. I had a spiral 5-star notebook written with the rationales, and I threw that away because I was like, I'm done with this. So what I did was I did the questions. I would do maybe 30 or 40, write down the rationales. And did I ever really go back and open up a section in cardiac and read what I did? No, I felt overwhelmed. The information was great. It was lengthy, but it wasn't what I needed to know in order to truly grasp it and move forward.
Yeah.
So I absolutely had a 5-star college rule notebook, wrote down all the rationales, burnt myself out. And what did I get from it? Nothing. I didn't take anything from it. So that's what I did.
Okay. Let's see. What else did I want to ask you? So, who was depending on you? Like, who was depending? Like, what was your why? Like, everybody has a why. Like, so for me, it's my kids, my husband.
Yes.
What was
so
your why?
My why was my family, guys. This is a personal, but you know, we're being personal, and I'll let you guys know. Since I graduated high school, through college, through nursing school, I worked a full time. You know, I'm 29 years old now, and I have my bachelor's. And yes, it took time, but the person that I am today is because my family, yes, I didn't have a silver spoon, and no offense to those that have it, but I feel that as a person and my work ethic, I needed to go through this. So my big why was my mother. My mother saw everything that I went through, working, doing nursing school, no life with family, no love life, single for going on 3 years. And my mother came up to me and said, Vale, I'm going to take care of your finances 2 months. So that was my big why. And now you guys can see my absolute self-esteem on the floor when I failed my mother by not passing the first time. So that is my big why. My mother and I, it's always been my mother and I and my brother. So that's my big why. She earned her license too. We took a picture together because I said, Mom, this is your RN bachelor's too. Because we've been there thick and thin.
I love
so
that.
she is my why.
I love that.
And you know, like, you guys can do it. You know, you have 4 kids, 3 kids, a single mother, husband, wife. You guys can do this. The only obstacle we put is ourselves. And I wanted to pass this hurdle, and my mother, Olga Daza, she'll probably be watching this later on.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Regina's Rio, she's here.
Yes. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mom, so much for holding her down, for encouraging her, because sometimes when you're trying to be a nurse, it is extremely difficult, and it's a traumatic experience going through nursing school and trying to make the grade, and then having to face this huge test alone, because you go in there alone.
Yes.
You sit there alone, and so to have a support system that you can come back to is so meaningful. It's so important. So shout out to the moms that help support us out there. You guys, we love you so much.
Guys, and do this.
Yes, and do this. I'm trying to think. I saw people just saying congratulations, praise God, that you came back to get your testimony. I don't know what else to ask. I just wanted you to be here.
Yes, if anything, I want to be able to say something for you, because I'm sure many of you that have passed or going through this process would love to have the opportunity to say that this is a bright light. Her husband, her children, her family, and we are so grateful to have this woman of God devoted to the business of people, right? She has sacrificed so much for her to create something so precious and just give it to us. And she will forever be part of all our journeys. And God bless you always.
Oh, thank you so much. And you have your first shift. She has her first shift here, so.
Guys, and guess what? I'm gonna get an autograph.
I get to sign it personally,
yes.
Which is fantastic. So what are you gonna do? Like, what are your plans? What's going on?
So my plans.
Now that you're like 100 pounds lighter in the NCLEX.
Right? So doing applications till my fingers go blue. I have my first interview this Tuesday coming up.
Oh my goodness.
At a hospital here down in South Florida. So I wanted to share that news with you, second person, since I told my mom on the way here. And it's just,
So
guys, you have that license and the sky is not the limit.
No!
This was my first week of sending these applications and I'm already going to have the opportunity to go in and they want to see me. It's not a virtual interview. So guys, you know, pray for me. Yeah, so those are my plans. In the future, I would love to specialize in peds. I worked for 3 years at a Montessori preschool. So children are my passion and that's something I want to go back to, and that's in the future.
You can do it. And look at that. People are saying new nurses can't get hired, new nurses can't get jobs.
No, that's not true, guys. If anything, we are privileged and blessed that we are. There's a deficit, right? We need people. We need people. So if anything, you guys do what you need to do. These hospitals, these clinics, everywhere, these home care facilities, they want the new people. They want the passionate people that are ready to be on the front line for us here during COVID and what's to come. So you guys, don't lose faith. You guys can do it. She's beautiful. And we wish her a great, happy birthday week.
My birthday is just getting better and better. I've never experienced it like this before. I've never had a birthday like this where every day is just getting like
a celebration.
Yeah, because I had no idea this morning I was gonna see you. I know, who knew? Like you said, I just saw your testimonial video the night before, and then I heard it, and I was like screaming, and Mark was like, I think she's in Florida. And I'm like, oh, okay, good night, and we went to sleep. And then the next day, he like orchestrated that I get to meet you, and it's just like a wonderful birthday surprise for me.
And you guys want to know something? When I saw the video that you posted, 2 videos you guys did, and I wrote my happy birthday message to Regina. I'm like, oh, maybe she'll read it one day. Not only maybe did she just saw my video, but she called me here. And then I saw the Port of Miami. You know, we live in Miami.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, she's here in Miami and she's celebrating her birthday. What a dream would it be to meet her? You know, like it was a thought. Like who would like? And I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I sent my video on Monday. Maybe when she comes back to the office, she'll probably check it out, and then, you know, it just happened. But the fact that not only did Regina and her husband Mark saw it, but they were like, oh my God, she's in Miami. Let's take this opportunity. Like that was just a dream.
Yeah, I mean, God really works
in mysterious ways.
So many mysterious ways. Like God works in so many mysterious ways for you, seeing the program, taking the leap of faith and saying, God, this is in your hands. God showed up for you.
Oh, he did, guys.
I love your testimony because it just it magnifies that God answers prayers, and he's always listening, and he knows the desires of your heart. So he literally brought me here. If nothing else, I do believe he brought me here to see you. He brought me here to meet you, to let you know that he's listening to you always. Always. That's God.
And he's great, guys. Like for me being in my little corner, like drowning in my misery and saying, God says, for he knows the plans that he has for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, because he is God. And he knows that when you have him in your heart and your life and you put him first, he will bring light into like the tunnel. And I was in my little darkness and took this piece of like just like happiness and did it, and I got more than what I would have ever imagined, meeting the CEOs of the company that truly has touched my life, and me wanting to send a personal like message to her and like holding back. I'm like, no, you know, that's too much, like, you know. And then God gave me today the opportunity to open up in a little bit more detail of truly that God is God, and if you put him and don't deny him in front of man, he will open up the doors that no man can close.
The cup will run over.
Yes, it will overflow. And my cup has been overflowing since this morning. Hearing from them. And guys, she's real. And she's even more beautiful in person, guys.
She's real too.
Like this is amazing. And if you guys are seeing this, you failed NCLEX yesterday. Take your week of grieving. We're human beings. We're not perfect, but you do need to invest. We spend money on our hair, our nails, everything. $200 or $250, whatever the program costs right now, is nothing. You are investing in yourself. Just as you go, like I said, hair, nails, makeup, on a trip, going out to eat.
Yes.
You need to also nurture this. You need to nurture your mind and your heart. And I don't regret. I would have even paid more, but guys, you guys can do this. And she's a beautiful person. Her family, you guys need to be grateful that there's somebody out here that's real, has God in her life. And when you have God, nothing else can go wrong.
Yeah. Oh man, you guys, I just had to present Valeria to you because she is so awesome. And I know you guys hear me saying all the time, you can do it, you will, you will. I tell you guys that all the time, but I thought it would be so important. And if it's just one person that hears her testimony and moves and gets the virtual trainer, commits to the study process, commits to doing what they have to do. Is it easy? No.
But nothing in this life comes easy.
No.
And we're in the business of saving people, right, guys?
Yes.
I don't want an easy nurse next to me. So you guys, it's hard, but it is worth it. You do what you need to do. Like I said before, I verbalize. I pretend that I'm telling a story with my ABGs, PEDS, or you need to write down, do whatever you need to do, but engrave it in your heart. And nothing will go wrong.
That's it, guys. So we believe in you. We did it. And you guys can do it too. And it's so much better on this side. After you pass your NCLEX. Life is so good. Somebody asked, I can't see the name, but she says, Regina, how do I get these books, please? How do I get them? Go ahead and tell them. How you
guys, log in to ReMar's YouTube, Facebook, website. There you have the bundle of her virtual trainer with the workbook, online access to her modules, quick facts, and there might be a little treat, a book that you will read like I'm reading now after you pass your NCLEX. And you guys just follow. Everything's there. The links are down below. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, with the link to purchase it right there. It's super easy. And guys, you will not regret it. I love you guys. I'm wishing you guys the best in your LPN journey and your RN journey.
We will see you guys later. Remember, you guys say it with me. You can, you will, and you must pass NCLEX. Yes! Get these books, All right, guys.